Kemosabe, I think the world is in heap big trouble.
He would have adored you.
Do you think this is the right outfit to wear to a castle?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And you'll be glad of that sweater. Castles can be very drafty.
Are you two coming? The spaghetti is getting cold.
We'll be there in a minute, Sophia. We're in the middle of a makeup lesson.
I hope the kid can help you. You wear more rouge than Miss Piggy.
My heroes, come to my studio. We will make a beautiful sculpture together.
What about Blanche?
Well, I will still see her. And she doesn't have to know about you. How about tomorrow morning at 10?
Oh, that seems so dishonest. I mean, Blanche is a dear friend. It would be a betrayal.
Here I am, Laszlo. Did Rose manage to keep you entertained?
Yes, I find her charming.
Credits you took history.
Sophia, have you been out in the hot sun too long?
It's a possibility. Is there wax running out of my ears?
Boy, Trudy is beating the dickens out of Dorothy.
Oh, I just have to catch my breath.
Wait. Well, then I'm fine, too. I'm fine. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, I wish you could have told me that on the phone. The last couple of hours waiting were the hardest.
I know. But even people who test negative often need more counseling.
Oh, I feel wonderful. I feel great.
Well, evidently, you had all the emotional support.
Been working since 1904. Besides, they have a category for people over 80.
I think it's a terrific idea.
Maybe we ought to join.
We already did.
What did you say?
I said we already did.
Rose, I work all week. The last thing I want to do is walk 10 miles on a Saturday.
We won't be walking. We're going to sit.
At 10 o'clock.
I don't know what you just did, but you'd make one hell of a yodeler. Blanche, Rose?
Oh, hello.
Dorothy, I'm glad you're here. There's something I want to ask.
Simply cannot go on eating like that at your age. You can't eat like that at any age.
But she didn't have a heart attack. You're absolutely sure.
I've got a portable EKG machine in the car. I'll double check, of course. But it doesn't seem like a heart attack. She's got classic gallbladder symptoms. A tenderness in the upper right quadrant, a slight...
Hungry or suicide?
Every night, 5 to 7 every morning, and of course till noon on Sundays.
Lord, no wonder you still mourn that man.
Morning.
Hi, Dorothy. How you doing?
Much better. Ma and I had a long...
Monkeys.
The correct answer is C, howler monkeys.
Yes! No, I can't do this. Oh, this isn't who I am. I'm... Sophia, you can speak your mind because you know you're needed around here. But Kirsten has her own family.
Who can't even afford her own place to live. Beam me up!
Beam me up, Dorothy, you believe?
Rose, they checked out what we saw, and it actually was a UFO.
Dorothy, where are you...
Oh, Jean, you were always a terrific girl. Dorothy, why can't you be more like Jean? Scratch that.
Where are your roommates, Dorothy?
Jean, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know quite how to phrase this.
The lesbian thing, do you keep it under your hat or what? It's incredible. You think you're dying, you feel death enter your body. A doctor comes, he says you're fine, you're ready to swim the English Channel.
I can't tell you how happy I am. I want you around for a long, long time.
They'll have to murder me. Though I must admit, I was a little excited about seeing...
Rose, Blanche, this is the part where my good friends are supposed to shut off the TV and run after me. So either shut off the TV or I'm going to hurl it through the window. Thank you. I'm touched.
How you holding up, Dorothy?
Hi, Rose. Blanche around?
She's just showing the girls some makeup tricks before we go to the movies. Anything I can do?
No, thanks. I just need to talk to somebody.
Oh, I get it. You have a problem and you don't think that I'm sufficient.
What are you doing here?
You were operated on. You're my daughter. Where else would I be?
How long have you been here?
Since they took you to surgery, I haven't left the room. Not for a newspaper, not for food, not for a cold drink. All day I've been right here.
Get it every day. You don't know how important it is to know that you've got somebody back home, especially when you're thousands of miles away in the middle of a war. You promised me when I came back, I would be your one and only guy.
Oh, Ma, come here. I want you to taste this. Well?
Wouldn't it be easier to put a pillow over my face?
The next thing I know, I'm in the Bahamas. I figured while I was there, I'd buy some perfume for you and your friends in the duty-free shop.
David.
I'd keep an eye on this one, lady.
Oh, I just don't know how to thank you, officer, but I would like to try. I'm usually at Wally's for happy hour on Tuesdays.
That's a cranberry juice. Definitely Ocean Terrace.
Definitely Feinstein, except she pronounces it Feinstein. Harriet Feinstein, you want me to say hello for you?
Would you mind? We're very close.
No problem.
Hey, Alvin, I have an...
Dorothy, guess what I have under my robe?
That guy from the circus?
No, Dorothy, my new swimsuit. I'm wearing it to entice the muscular young men who are coming over to install my hot tub.
There was some live entertainment with dessert.
Maybe any requests?
How about Bye-Bye Birdie?
You know, I'm old. Sometimes I get confused, so I want to make sure I have this absolutely right. Rose works in a place where they help people with mental problems?
That's right, Ma.
Anybody know?
So tomorrow I'm just gonna have to stop this lying and tell the truth no matter how much it might hurt all of us. Dorothy, I want you to know that having friends like you really helps me get through times like...
Fun in the buff at a mountain retreat. Hike, swim, and play volleyball while the sun beats down on your fanny. Call David Horowitz. I mean, how can they get away with this misrepresentation?
I don't understand how people can run around showing their naked bodies to Dorothy, do you want to do the honors?
Maybe later, in private.
No, I mean fasten the floor flange. That's all we have left to do.
Oh, no, honey, you go ahead. Later, I'll break a bottle of champagne over the flush valve.
Oh, girls, it is beautiful. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Blanche. Hey, are you going out?
Yes.
When you brought your mother in, so either pay up or Sophia should move out.
Oh, thank you very much. But if anybody is going to put my mother out in the cold, it's going to be me. No, Rose, forget it.
She did sort of just dump the old lady on us, didn't she?
Oh, now you're segue, Blanche.
You know, I've never met a neurosurgeon before. I would love to hear more about your work. How about 8 o'clock tonight?
Well, that sounds good, but I think Stan might have something planned for us.
Well, I did have ringside seats at the Mud Wrestling Palace, but hey, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Elegantly put, Stan.
Hiding. That's when Buzz came along. He was St. Olaf's hippest cat. A musician, you know the type. He once put a whole box of chiclets in his mouth on a dare. Cool. Well,
We're gonna go on national television in clothes we slept in all night.
We'll look like hell. We'll be exhausted. We won't be able to answer any questions.
Oh, would you stop complaining? We've got it easy. Back in Sicily, I was on a game show. It was torture.
What was it called, Sophia?
I just told you, torture. Mussolini asked the...
I've never had to do without it, and I don't know if I can. I don't mind growing older, just as long as I always look the same. So there's no doubt about it. I don't care what the risks are. I definitely intend to have this surgery.
You couldn't eat, and without eating, you wouldn't be able to go on a diet. And if you couldn't do that, what will you do for the rest of your life? Was I harsh? I'm tonight. And don't forget, I'm taking you out tomorrow for your birthday. My treat.
Oh, no, Rose, I forgot to tell you. My daughter Caroline is flying in for my birthday tomorrow. Well, maybe we could all go out to lunch. You know, I'm very anxious for you two to get together.
Well, instead of going out, why don't you two come here for lunch? I'll cook something special. Okay, in this formation, you're lined up in a wishbone with the U back in motion. Any questions so far?
I've got a question, Coach Rose. Am I an X or an O?
You're an O, Freddie.
Now shut up and get into bed.
Amen.
Nice work, Arthur.
Wasn't me.
No questions asked. She's gonna blow it.
Okay, Paul, we'll see you at the rally on Pier 5. Oh, the Dolphin will really appreciate it. Oh, isn't this exciting, taking part in a protest?
Always been there when we've needed each other. Now, look, this is important to Rose, and I think we need to stand behind her. I mean, you're taking away a part of her home. Granted, it's the cradle of idiocy.
I have a frog bear.
Girls, don't you just love our hotel?
Oh, it's so much nicer than those big chains. How did you find it, Blanche?
Well, it was in our price range, and it was near the beach, and it had the most men hanging out in the lobby.
I think we better go. We don't want to keep Bert waiting.
Wait a minute now. We've rented it 5 times and never made it through to the end.
I know, but it always works.
I do love you, Mel, as a friend.
Like I said, sweetheart, you got a lot of class.
Life sucks.
He knew that she came from St. Olaf. I mean, everything else, Rose probably volunteered. You know her. A stranger says hello, and suddenly he's hearing the life story of Uncle Fingerbinger and his 30-pound rutabaga.
Then this is all just a scam to bilk Rose out of some money?
Absolutely.
Well, can you guess what my decision is?
You're becoming Irish?
No, I'm becoming a clown, a full-time circus clown.
Money it has coming to it?
And I'll bet you do a fine job of it.
Thank you. However, I have no personal stake in this whatsoever. Now, is that understood?
Oh, yes, yes.
You bet, my man.
Then cut the crap, paisan.
Whoa.
Stand back! I'm not afraid to use this.
Rose, what are you doing?
Oh, darn you! I believed you. I even apologized to you.
Rose, I forgot myself. It will never happen again.
You're damn right it won't happen again. Not to me or to
Head
any...
out the window. And you look to the extreme left, and what do you see?
2 guys beating up an old lady.
Yes, sir.
The ocean?
Ta-da! I rest my case.
Now, wait. You call that an ocean view? You have to be a contortionist to see.
Hey!
Hey. What's this? I thought I canceled the flowers.
I mean, it looks nice.
Sophia, you've got to stop this. Now, you're hurting Dorothy. Don't you love her? Of course I love her. Well, then why are you doing this?
Because I'm...
Dottie!
You, sir, are nothing but a low-down, carpet-bagging scallywag. And as God is my witness, I will never shampoo your hair again.
And another thing, you'll never what?
Don't ask.
Well, I guess you know how we all feel, so why don't you just get out of our sight?
I feel like I've known him all my life. I talked to him about Charlie. I talked to him about St. Olaf. I talked to him about my family. I talked to him about my animal friends. I talked to him about life on the farm.
If that man didn't get a medal in the war, he sure as hell deserves one now.
Wait a minute. Did she just...
I thought that's what was bothering me, but Ken, if I loved you, I'd follow you anywhere. I'm sorry.
I see.
I think we were both trying too hard to make this work, you on your terms, me on mine, but I know that I am not prepared to give up my
Herring, and the Lindstroms wanted to train him for the circus.
Weren't they kind of hard to see riding on the elephants?
Oh, not that kind of circus. A herring circus. Sort of like SeaWorld. Only smaller.
Fixed it.
Oh my God, Blanche, this bed is vibrating.
It better be at these prices.
Blanche, I don't think any of this was a very good idea.
I know what you need. Some music. You need some nice, soothing music.
Glorious, glorious. Jeffrey is a dream. It was even worth the guilt I felt over sticking Blanche with Stan. Incidentally, is she still speaking to me?
She's not home yet.
Oh, poor Blanche. When Stan is depressed, he is the second most boring man in the world.
Who's the first?
Stan when he's not depressed.
Ferguson has canceled, and we don't have an MC for the show.
Yeah, well, I heard that you've been sleeping with a Japanese guy who blows the leaves out of your driveway. It so happens Dorothy is doing a terrific job. Matter of fact, she's in the middle of negotiations
with a view of the ocean. Personally, I like number 3.
I'm sorry, but that's more than we're willing to spend for a guest room. Yes, I do know the expression. He trips on his thongs and falls into a volcano.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, Sophia, did we wake you?
I heard noise. I thought it was robbers, so I hid my jewels. Now I can't remember where.
Ma, you don't have any jewels.
Thank God, because I can't find them.
All the time. I mean, it's very common. Look at John Derek and Ursula Andress. John Derek and Linda Evans. John Derek and Bo Derek. You know, maybe it's not so common. Maybe it's just one guy who gets around a lot.
I bet if older men knew how ridiculous they look with younger women, they wouldn't do it.
Well, they don't. Mr. Labas, I want to thank you for coming on such short notice.
You're lucky I came at all. I got a horrible cold. I was so dizzy this morning, I lost my balance getting out of bed. I guess my equilibrium's shot.
Well, I'm sure you'll feel better once you're up on the roof.
Yeah, well,
I know. I should have taken them back when you were 7.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. Jorge Vega, Michael Fetchick.
Here, Blanche, I just pressed our costumes.
Oh, thank you, honey. You know, I'm a little nervous about the dress rehearsal tonight. What do you say we go over our lines again?
Sure.
Okay, well, can we take it from the top of scene 3 here? I'm standing...
No, I did not order 40 fry pans. It was 40 bedpans. I'm sorry, you were telling me.
What we wanted to talk to you.
Sorry. Hello. Oh, good. Tell him to drop it off at the South End loading dock. Right. I'm so sorry. It's always like this.
Out a headstone is a milestone.
I think my milestone birthday was when I turned 50.
Oh, Ma, I remember your 50th. We were supposed to go to a party at Guido's, but you were fighting with Pop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll never forget it. It was Brooklyn, April 1956.
Dorothy.
Yes, Mom.
I tell
I wanted to wear something tonight that Dwayne's never seen me in.
Maybe you should try underwear. Miles, I thought you were grading papers.
No, I wasn't. I lied.
I'm a waitress at the Fountain Rock Coffee Shop. 12 hours a day, 4 days a week, minimum wage and tips, and a 60% employee discount on day-old Danish. Huh?
A coffee shop. I mean, if you can't degrade yourself for a bunch of sick kids, who can you degrade yourself for?
Listen to this, Eleanor Roosevelt in a garter belt.
Dorothy, now you can't tell us that a part of you isn't at least a little excited. Remember last year's auction? That rush of euphoria when the auctioneer calls out, sold! I want to do it.
Ladies, I'm afraid I don't have the time now. I'm doing another project in town. I have to meet with the director to discuss the nuances of the character I'll be portraying.
Oh, I think I read about that. Aren't you playing a tangerine in a television commercial?
Yes.
Oh, how excited said Hound. When he came to pick me up for our blind date, I couldn't believe it. He jumped out of the car and he ran up the walk and bounded up onto the front porch. And I remember thinking, he's going to trip on those ears. But he didn't. So there he stood before me. I can't understand is how in the world she managed to wait 15 years.
How long did you wait after George died?
Till the paramedics came.
What about you, Dorothy?
Hey, Jacques. Give me a hand and watch where you put it.
I
Blanche.
don't know why you took a cab from the airport.
Blanche.
You should have called me. I would have picked you up.
Blanche. This is Doug. He's my friend. My very special friend.
Well, any friend of Clay's. So. Isn't it what make demands on each other when they're apart?
Out call massage.
That's odd. He's usually home by now.
Well, he is the Zipper King. Maybe he got stuck in traffic.
It's true. Charlie was the only lover I ever had, and my first time was on our wedding night.
Get out of here.
Oh, back off, Blanche. Not all of us are classified by the Navy as a friendly port.
Actors. Why, he should have won the Oscar for Deliverance. Not to mention starting over. That Academy's just jealous. I mean, you put Mr. Sir Laurence Olivier in Cannonball Run, see what he can do. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia, but the answer's no.
Fine, break an old lady's heart. If you need me, I'll be out back with the rest.
Lady, wait! Hey, lady!
Three and one is four.
You are really so self-centered. In the first place, no gangster is going to come here. And secondly, Blanche, this is important to Rose. Aren't you interested in Rose's happiness?
Happiness? I'm supposed to be happy? Just when I was getting on with my life, Miles shows up. Sleep on a hard wooden bench. I don't think I have ever been this depressed in my entire life.
In a marriage, George would dress up as a ghost and chase me around the house with one of those little fly swatters, and then when he caught me...
But Blanche, I'm talking about arranged marriages, not deranged marriages.
Sorry.
Oh, that must be Sven.
checking in mom.
You two are sisters?
It's a long, involved, and somewhat sordid story. If you want to get a clearer picture, I suggest you rent the cassette of Chinatown.
Sophia, what's going on?
Rose, this stinks. This really stinks.
Oh, it's all my fault. If I hadn't made your promise, this never would have happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dorothy, she's talking.
I'm sorry.
Look, this is a very easy job. You know who did it before you? A tape recorder. So enjoy it. This is my way of saying thank you.
No, I appreciate the gesture, but I think I'm better off in high school.
Why? What can you get there that I'm not giving you here?
A student like you.
Be out of my misery if something tragic happens, like I get a fatal illness or I've lost my looks.
Tell us when, Blanche. Ma, I forbid you to do this.
Dorothy, sometimes you forget. I'm the mother here.
That has nothing to do. On the Home Shopping Network.
But Dorothy, you do have to admit, it was very touching what Rocco did for...
The Board of Health threatens us.
I can't do it.
Forget the Bahamas. How about dinner?
Dorothy, listen.
What?
I have to tell you something.
What?
I do think Jake did a wonderful job. Where is he, by the way?
Oh, I don't know, probably out in the kitchen.
There he is, over by the dessert table.
Oh, he looks great in his tux.
Hunter, would you be a dear and get me another wine spritzer?
Of course.
Girls, I want you to do me a great big favor.
What is it?
Joanne Pescatori. She's coming to Miami for a visit.
Joanne Pescatori. Didn't she own that little candy store down the street from us in Brooklyn?
That was Jeanette Pasadano.
Oh. Then who was Joanne Pescatori?
How the hell should I know? This letter's for Rose.
Ma, why are you reading Rose's mail?
They sit like that all day, every day. He's even started referring to my husband as that dumb Bajagaloop.
How'd you know that she was my mother?
Just a guess. From the way you were watching. And after what happened yesterday, I thought you might show up.
He told you about the...
Not worrying about the end of the world.
Hey, what's with the long faces?
Oh, we were just talking about the bomb.
Very nice. You haven't even seen my new act.
No, we were not talking about you.
Everybody's going to be talking about me when they see what I cooked up for the talent show. Gin?
Dorothy, what's the matter? Something wrong?
That thrill of victory. The agony.
Fella that rains on me.
I see. Dorothy. What did you do to him?
Me tonight.
Is my cousin Sven here yet?
No, Rose.
Oh, good. I got caught up at work and I barely had time to pick up this cake. I wanted to make Sven feel welcome.
Rose? That cake is from the Get It While It's Hot erotic bake shop.
Whoa!
Husband. Well, not necessarily a bad person. Sometimes circumstances... Oh. You were talking to her.
I think I'm gonna faint.
Gotcha!
Go.
To meet with Gloria Steinem and Betty Friedan and Marlo Thomas. They're gonna drink white wine spritzers and try to figure out how to fry your wandering male behind.
Dennis.
Kate, we have to talk.
She has nothing to say to you. Dennis, now get out.
Mom, you don't have to speak for me. Dennis, get out.
Kate.
Sicilian. What did you serve? Eels. Eels?
Yeah, it's true. Eels are a traditional part of a Sicilian Christmas.
Of course, after Christmas, it's eel croquettes, eel hash, eel tetrazzini. I sure miss a traditional St. Olaf Christmas.
Excuse me. Hello, hello. Hi, Blanche. How are you, sweet mother? Mwah.
We're out of pepperoni.
Did you call Dan Rather?
I'm starving.
I defrosted some chicken. We'll eat in half an hour.
I can't eat chicken. It repeats on me.
Look, Ma, you don't have to make excuses if you don't want...
Trudy's dead.
Please, everybody. It happened this morning when we were playing tennis. Trudy's heart just couldn't take it. I
was Macbeth for its spring production.
Oh, well, Jason said they were planning to do a musical, but the accordion player died. Besides, I think it's a much bigger challenge playing Lady Macbeth.
Oh, but Blanche, you don't have the part yet. You still have to audition.
Oh, honey, I did. Last night. And I'll smile.
Oh, Ma, that was very sweet.
Just lovely, Sophia, can you ever forgive me for all those ugly things I said?
Of course I can. It was said in the heat of battle.
You know, if I had it all to do over again, I'd let you have Fidel.
Oh, you're so generous.
I'm doing this because I think it's the right thing to do. Because I'm a concerned citizen. And because I'd give my right arm to Landau. I'm scared. I don't know what to do.
First of all, don't think your problem is so unique. People do crazy things for love all the time. Let me tell you a little story. Picture this. Sicily, August.
This evening.
Oh, wait a minute. Rose Nyland, you devil, you. I just figured out what's going on here.
Blanche.
You were sore at me for inviting your friend without asking you, so you hired this guy to come over and teach me a lesson.
Patience and understanding.
That's perfect. All I have is a little patience and understanding.
Oh, all right, Ma. But listen, when we get there, remember we are trying to make peace. So whatever you do, don't bring up Ida.
I won't, as long as the dog doesn't.
Oh, what sweet people.
Oh, I hope everything works okay for Gina.
Why shouldn't it? She's got a man waiting for her back home who owns a goat. In Sicily, that makes you a yuppie.
You know, Rose, all that dancing has just done wonders for me. I feel so energized. I feel so alive.
Ladies, in her all too infrequent letters, Blanche has spoken of you both in glowing terms. I feel real lucky to get the chance to know you personally.
Why, thank you, kind sir.
You'll have to excuse Rose. Every time a man speaks Southern at her, she goes all stupid.
So snotty with those preppy people. In Minnesota, he'll get a nice mix.
Of cattle, maybe. No, this boy goes to Harvard.
Well, who says you decide? We'll take a vote.
Look, nobody is going to vote for Minnesota over Harvard, Rose.
Oh, really?
No.
He's not going anywhere.
It's a girl?
No girl, no boy. I'm not pregnant. It's worse.
I get nervous at weddings. Weddings and funerals. I've been to so many of both that I get mixed up. Same guest list, same flowers. Handful of rice, handful of dirt. The only difference is after the funeral, it's okay to date.
What you wanted to be.
Yeah. I wanted to go to college and be a school teacher. Pop wanted me to be a cosmetician in a funeral parlor.
He always liked looking at dead people.
Yeah.
Dead people in the Dodgers. That was it for him in the good time department.
How about I make us a little drink before we leave?
Well, maybe one.
Okay. Huh. I wonder how this thing works. Oh, just like the Jetsons. Now let's just sit up.
Give you swollen glands, sore throat, and all the other symptoms. Now, there are certain blood tests which we'll do, and if those results are abnormal, That, combined with the exclusion of the other diseases, will compose a profile that actually thousands of people fit.
So I really have something real.
I would say you most certainly do. But we should have our answers in a couple of weeks.
Now, I know you're upset about the new baby, but we need for you to be a big girl. Your mother's had a rough week. First I'm called away, and then the baby's delivered by a cabbie.
Cesarean.
Now, I know you think Phil here's taking your place.
I've been out looking for an apartment. The doctor says I can get my own place.
Oh.
But who can afford 3 bedrooms? Can I go upstairs and see the dog?
Sure, go ahead.
Renee, we don't have a dog.
If he thinks we have a dog, who am I to stop him?
When I'm down, I might as well get used to it.
Dear Mr. Gorbachev, my name is Rose Nyland. I'm writing to you because I'm really worried about nuclear war. I hear there are enough bombs to blow up the world 100 times, and it scares me. It scares the girls in my cadet troop, too. They talk about what they want to thrust my breasts forward.
Blanche, honey, you always did look pretty when you held your breath.
Jamie!
Well, Don, why do you look so stricken? He can't be...
As simple as the sensitive stroking of someone's hair, to the delicate caress of one's cheek, all leading up to one warm, long, beautiful. Anyway, that's what romance means to me.
Dyed her hair and ran off to Paris with an artist 10 years her junior. I just got a postcard last week.
Yeah, and now she's miserable and bony and sick of eating snails, right?
No, they bought a beautiful home in Cannes.
Rose!
Granted, not a great example.
Thank you for proving my case.
Blanche, that didn't happen on Mother's Day. That happened Christmas Day. 1949.
You're right. Hey, that was Christmas. You remembered, Mama. That's besides, we're going to the Mortimer Club.
What's the big deal about the Mortimer Club, anyway?
Rose, the wealthiest men in Florida go there. And it's always been my experience that wealthy men make the best lovers.
Is that true?
No. But if you tell them that, sometimes they'll take you to the mall and let you use their credit card for 45 minutes.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to join Dorothy and Stanley in blah, 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 followed by rings and into the vows.
Dorothy, I vow to you that my love is pure.
BC that led to the pilot.
Tony and I had taken a meeting with another writer on another concept altogether, which we thought was terrific, and they didn't. And they being more in Littlefield.
It sure took you a long time to spell Welcome Magda.
Oh, I thought that'd be too boring. So instead, I decided to depict Magda's escape from Czechoslovakia.
But isn't that barbed wire?
Isn't it amazing what you can do with icing?
Like the night hostess at Denny's.
2 minutes. And please, keep it down.
Don't worry, Doctor. Thank you.
Oh, God, Dorothy, look at her.
It's the surgery. Nobody looks good after surgery.
Tell that to Cher.
Please, Ma, not now.
No, Dorothy, you're wrong. I know Rose got sidetracked. Look.
This is what you've been doing for the past 45 minutes.
Isn't he cute? I call him Scotty.
Now you can call him garbage.
Be ridiculous. In fact, I wish Janet were here to see how wonderful her mother and her little girl are getting along. I just know she's gonna let her come back year after year. I'll go get the music.
You be sure and get some sleep tonight, sweetheart, so you'll be all rested when we go to the zoo tomorrow.
I'm not going to the zoo.
You see, I am 44 years old.
Wow, this is great. I was afraid we wouldn't have anything in common. We're almost the same age.
Rose, you make her sound like an old woman. Actually, she's much closer to my age.
Lorraine, these are my roommates. That's Blanche Devereaux, Rose.
I owe it to her. I'm her friend.
But there's nothing to tell her. This is just some crazy hunch.
My hunches are never wrong. Mrs. Gandhi would be alive today if she had taken my call. I'm going to tell her.
You are not. I will not let you.
Stop crying.
Another couple re-entering the dance floor.
Orphanage, taking in the homeless, running them soup kitchens.
Emma did all that. Oh, she's a saint. How did I ever beat her?
Rose, there's something we have to tell you. You see, what Blanche and I did was, well...
Rose, what Dorothy's trying to say is that we just look
back in the social scene. And it isn't easy. There are just so many jerks out there.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm so normal, I'm dull.
Oh, you're not dull. I mean, compared to not dating at all.
Rose, maybe I shouldn't say this because someday I hope...
I quit my job at Borealis. I'm going back to teaching, which means I'm really going to have to tighten the purse strings around here.
And this affects me how?
Ma, you're not making this any easier. I quit because I wasn't happy there. Would you want me to stay someplace I was up?
Darling, no, sweetheart, precious, don't cry, don't cry. I'm here, you're all right. You know, this reminds me of when I was a young mother. Maybe it's because...
Killed King Kong instantly. I mean, sure, he was big, but that's 102 stories. You look down. I know, it was a sad movie. I cried, too. Every time I see it, I hope maybe this time it'll...
Narrows? What is a foot candle? What is the Theodosian code? What is the speed of light? What is the point of any of this, Alex? I am humiliating these two.
Rose, Charlie, I'm afraid Dorothy is absolutely right about that, too. So why don't we go on?
I think you're going to have to feed Buster for a while. Goodbye, Rose. And when you see me at work, don't say good morning, don't leave me those cheery notes, and please don't put on those little puppet shows over the partition. In fact, don't ever think of me again.
Oh, her roommate, the human Slinky.
Shut up, Claxton.
Were there any other faces recognizable on those pictures?
You shut up too, Ed.
Stop wasting...
Come on, give us a hug.
Oh, Trudy, it's so good to see you again. Honey, I want you to meet my roommates, Rose and Blanche.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, Dorothy's told us so much about you.
All good, I hope.
Well, actually...
Sit.
I was dressing like one.
Give me a break. I'll take my medicine later.
You know you're a lousy patient.
Ma, what do you want from me? I'm sick.
I don't know that. You think I've been sitting here for 3 nights just to look at you? Believe me, you know oil painting.
Warm under the covers, and I opened my eyes, and there was baby fast asleep at the foot of the bed, like a sweet angel.
That is sweet. Rose, how long do you think it'll be before the pig is dead?
Did baby do something wrong?
Oh, no.
$8.
Dorothy, you owe me an apology. Your ad's right here.
Oh, Rose, this is the personals column.
So what?
So what? You put an ad in the personals column that said I will do anything for $8 an hour? Oh, look, it's right under an ad that reads...
Go on, throw 'em. I don't care anymore.
Oh, honey, you still that upset about Jason?
I'm not upset about him. I would never get that upset about a man. Rebecca called, asked if she could come over and get the baby's things. I asked her.
And you're really not mad at me anymore?
Rose, I'm a reasonable person. I forgive you.
Does that mean you'll turn my heat back on? I was really chilly last night.
Okay, Rose.
Blanche, what made you decide to forgive Rose?
You like them.
We don't want your presents.
But it's Christmas.
Not for us. You ruined our Christmas.
Oh.
I'll handle this, Dorothy. I'm not surprised that you always spend Christmas by yourself. You know why? Because you don't know what Christmas is all about. People don't owe you a nice Christmas because you decided that's what makes you happy. They fired that gray-haired baker who refused to wear a net.
Well, let's slice this baby up and see if we can solve our Sophia problem. Here, darling.
Oh, do you know how many problems we have solved over a cheesecake at this kitchen table?
No, Dorothy, exactly how many?
147.
Adults, there's no reason for me to be embarrassed.
Blanche, honey, it's such a beautiful night. Doug and I are going to go out for a little walk.
Okay.
Don't wait up.
Well, enjoy your walk. I'm fine. I'm okay. I can deal with this.
Oh, look, they're skipping.
Oh, God! Joke, just a joke.
We don't want to lose him.
Bye-bye.
I better get to the office.
We're not done yet.
Couldn't it wait?
Well, no, it cannot wait. George, the kids are gone. You're never here. I have nothing to do anymore.
What do your friends do?
Shop, have lunch, some play golf, some have affairs.
Which ones are having affairs?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on. Abusive relationship.
Hey, Stan was a yutz, but when was he abusive?
Not Stan. I've had relationships with other men.
Oh, yeah, the evil pen pal. So what did Ku Duck Kim say in his letters that hurt my little girl?
No, it was in high school. Michael Tortelli, remember? I'd love you to meet my friend, Rose.
Oh, hi, John already. Shall we go? We've got reservations at 8:30.
Take me. Out. Take me out for dinner.
They're called vacuum slacks. It's supposed to inhale all the fat from your body. Watch.
But I can't tell you who it is. Ethics, you know, we have to be quite careful about that. But if this was win, lose, or draw, I'd draw a crown.
What?
That was a hint.
Do you have my test results?
Sure do.
And?
A king.
Form motion, electromagnetic phenomena, and finally, gum. Rose, once again, you get to select first.
Gum for 200.
The answer is Latin term for a colloidal carbohydrate.
Boy at the grocery store did it?
That's not a secret. I just forgot to mention it.
I think she means more like the time she told me that she went skinny dipping with your cousin Lars before he gave out the pulpit back in St. Gustav.
So you'll live to be 100?
Fine, I'll wipe it off. Tomorrow, I'll be in a wheelchair.
Good night, Pop.
Good night. Keep it up, I'll be the Dramamine.
Scary campout story.
Ooh, real scary.
You want scared, kid? You keep it up.
My mother's a lawyer. Threaten me again and I'll own your house.
Your father's a doctor, your mother...
Want to go with you? Hey, Dorothy, I look out that window and I see the happy couples walking by, people walking into the supermarket. God, you want me to get on a bus and go see a counselor? I can't even shop for my own food. What I wouldn't give just to make my own dinner once.
David! Oh, David!
Is this your kid?
Honey, what happened to you?
Hey, it wasn't my fault, I promise. He stowed away in the airplane lavatory when they landed in Miami, and the authorities picked him up in the duty-free shop in Freeport.
You went to the Bahamas?
I went to the bathroom.
Oh, never say that, Rose.
But you're a teacher. You think for a living.
Well, don't be so impressed. I have summers off.
How you can stand listening to me and all my ridiculous stories.
Your stories are very...
What to do about Cousin Milo and Uncle Vito?
Oh, yeah, I have an idea on that. Now, look, they're both family. They'll understand. What do you say we all chip in and put them up at the Holiday Inn?
Oh, sounds good to me.
Me too. What do you think, Ma?
You know, in the right hands and the right bag, this chip beef is not half bad.
Oh, Blanche, you've done enough. I'll get it.
I'll help you. What a delightful man. You know, he has the most positive attitude of anyone I have ever met.
And he's wearing the cutest little gray suit I think I've ever seen.
Oh, Rose, honey, please come out. We've already told you how sorry we are. I mean, we never expected this to go so far.
But that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was making me believe that somebody felt those special things about me. Somebody wanted to hear what...
A word which means lonely, middle-aged woman desperate to meet men.
Oh, is that a clue on your crossword puzzle?
No, I'm getting your personalized license plate for your car.
Here you go, sweetheart. Dorothy, have you ever heard of something called dirty dancing?
Well, of course. Tripped me up with a trick margarine question. That evening, butter was spelled R-O-S-E.
Rose, you're embarrassing yourself. Please don't go on.
I have to, Dorothy. I've kept these bitter butter memories too long. As the pageant drew to its frenzied finale.
But I knew, and it made me feel better about myself.
Well, you were one of the lucky ones. It doesn't always work out that well. It sure didn't for Olga Fetchik.
Just a minute, Rose. Somebody give me a hand signal when she's finished.
Olga Fetchik.
To make it up to you.
Give me $100.
Make it 50.
Done. I love you.
Oh, Ma, wait. Ma, no, don't. Ma, don't go. Ma, please, come back here. Ma, I do need you. I do need you. I'm sorry, I'm just cranky. Now, you're right, I am a lousy patient. I always have been. Oh, I remember when I was a little girl.
There are variations.
You're a genius. All you people are brilliant. The Chinese invented pasta, you know. We take credit for it, but we just added oregano.
Well, all I can say at this point is...
Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for our 4 remaining couples as we enter lucky hour number 13. And a special round of applause for that spunky Nick Montevesi.
Isn't it, Buster?
It sure is, Biff.
It makes me want to kiss you, Josie.
Oh, mind your manners, Biff. While we at the 4th of July picnic, the whole town is here.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But you're a drifter, Biff. I can't just pull up stakes and run off. He says that you and Michael spend so much time arguing that you don't have time for him. Don't you take that tone with me, Missy. Yes, I realize you're his mother. Well, no, I don't suppose I can stop you if you insist on coming and getting him. But you let me tell you this. If you and
Crackers.
Cheese and crackers, Rose. Not eggs gefluffy? Ham and Gunterhagens? Pigs and a Svengabluten?
No, but you sure know how to make a...
Putting someone else's need ahead of your own. It's beautiful. Let me know how it turns out in the morning.
Let's make a pact that we'll always take care of each other, that we'll never desert each other no matter what.
You can count on...
You could die before you get the bottle open.
What's the matter, honey? Aren't you feeling well?
Oh, just a little achy, that's all.
Achy? What kind of achy? Head achy, stomach achy, back achy, what achy?
Well, Dorothy, relax. It's probably just a little cold. She'll be all right.
Yes, but I won't. I hear a story about somebody catching a cold and I don't have dates on Valentine's Day. Ma, you want to join us?
I can't. I have a date.
You do?
She's making that up to annoy us.
No, I'm not. I have a date.
What's his name?
I can't tell you.
Have I met him?
No, he's from out of...
I have a surprise for Dorothy.
What? Now that you're off the blood pressure medicine, it's working again?
My God, Sophia, is there anything Dorothy didn't tell you about us?
Actually, yes. I didn't know she was pregnant until 4 days after the wedding.
Junk food.
I've got a great idea for free pizza. Let's call up that 30-minute pizza place. Tell them we're a bunch of college kids. And when the guy gets here, one of us grandmothers will open the door and say, "What took you so long?"
Oh, it's great to have you back, Sophia.
It's good.
And good at math. I'm so glad you got your own Disneyland. Thank you. Goodbye. Dorothy! Dorothy! Mr. Yamamoto just called about a teaching job.
Collector of pre-Columbian relics. Candy had her throat cut with a Mayan dagger. He killed her. The gun was in Gloria's purse. She killed her father.
Nice try, ma'am, but Philip and Gloria are innocent of those crimes.
Perhaps. But they are both murderers.
Sit down, Dorothy. Don't make a fool of yourself.
Thrusts my breast forward.
Blanche! Honey, you always did look pretty when you held your breath.
Jamie!
Well, Don, why do you look so stricken? It can't be...
It's not that, Ma. It's that, Ma.
Well, I'd better skedaddle. You know, my wife is out of town. I'm going to be up half the night trying to pick out a...
But it's not the one you're hoping, Blanche. It was the heater fogging up my car windows that night.
So, what can I bring you, sweetheart?
Don't you dare talk to him like that. Now you get out of here.
Blanche, I think life experience.
You don't have to tell me. Remember, I grew up in a small farm town. Here a quack, there a quack. Everywhere. A quack quack.
Hey, look, there's a black guy doing the...
What'd you expect, Rose? I hardly think they have a Christmas club.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Devereaux. We have an appointment with Dr. Manning.
Right, he'll be with you in just a few minutes. Why don't you have a seat and I'll call you when he's ready.
Me? It was a retirement home, and you know what they did? They set off the fire alarm in a retirement home. Who can rush? Half the people have walkers. The other half can't get out of their chairs. But they got bells going off like crazy. You know what that does to hearts that only beat a few times a week?
And now, I'd like to do a happy cricket. Note the difference.
Ma, don't ever wake me up again.
Dorothy, quick, turn on the television. Gil's press conference is about to start.
Gosh, I'm nervous. I hope they're not too hard on you.
No, I wouldn't be too sure of that. Look at all those reporters. Your face here after what you've done. Dennis, I think you should be leaving.
Mother Dorothy,
And
please.
do not call me Mother Dorothy. I hate it when you call me Mother Dorothy. I feel like I should be handing out rice on the streets of Calcutta.
Where is Kate?
Oh, she's not here.
She said she was coming here.
Mm-mm. She left.
Where'd she?
Ladies, just leave.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hello, front door. It's me again. My name is Rose Nyland in 118. So I followed them all through the store and I wrote down everything they bought.
Why?
For evidence, silly.
Rose, they steal jewels, not Gino's pizza rolls.
Ladies, listen to me now. I know it seems like we're all in this together, but those people are dangerous. Please leave the police work to us.
Great news. I stopped by the courthouse this morning and got a copy of our property map. The tree definitely belongs to Mr. Barton, and it is his responsibility to remove it.
Play it safe. Stick with the curse.
Oh, no. Well, I've stayed with you all these years. Was the motive all right, but Blanche wasn't the murderer. There's your murderer, Posey McGlynn.
Well, Miss McGlynn, what do you have to say now?
Dorothy Spornak, you've stuck your nose in for the last time.
Posey McGlynn, I charge you with...
Culture wouldn't hurt any of us.
All right, we'll go. But I'd rather stay home and eat flot.
So, overall, then, what I'd say Frost is most significantly remembered for is his simple, clear use of language and uncomplicated imagery to express the quiet values of a rural New England life.